Hello learners, in this video we will learn about SQL queries using Python. For this I'll open my Colab Google from Google search, click on Google Colab. It will ask to open new notebook. So once I have opened new notebook, I will have my file. So I'll just rename this with my SQL query with Python. So it will rename the file name with the extension IPYNB. Then I'll import all the necessary libraries. SQLite 3, give some alias name as per your choice so that you won't have to write again and again SQLite 3. The next library I will import pandas as PD. I'm going to run these query and it will show the green tick, means successfully run on the screen. So it's been successfully run. You can see the green mark over here. So in the next line I'm going to establish a connection using con variable with s dot connect and give some database name as per your choice and give the extension of dataset, that is SQLite, because we are working on SQLite. So S is the alias name of SQLite 3. So after establishing this dataset, this con variable is now initialized. Then I'll create a new table using con dot execute and then parenthesis, then 3 times colon, then in caps lock write my first SQL query, that is create table if not exist, then table name, let's say it's a CLA, you can give your own table name, then first roll number, then the data type of the column, that is integer, and I want to make it as a primary key with the help of primary key keyword. Then it should not be null value. I can't skip without filling it. The next parameter I am taking name with text data type. Then again it should not be null. Then a third one is as with integer value. Then give some default values 15. Then the next I am going to take contact number of the student and then give the data set of this contact, that is integer, and it should not be null again. So after this I am going to put semicolon here and 3 times quotes and then parenthesis close. So this has created my table create. Now what I will do, I will insert values inside this query. So for that I will write again con, that is the connection part of my data set, then execute, it is giving suggestion over here, then parenthesis, then 3 times quotes, then insert into the table name. In my case it's CLA, then the respective values. So I'm going to copy all these values from here so that I don't have to write again and again, and I'm removing all these data type and the null values attribute and the primary key, default value and the contact names. So it's just having the values. Then I will create value, then parenthesis again, then what is the first column? That is roll number, so I'm giving 001. What is the second column? That is name. So name should be in a string format, so I'm giving that name in the string format. Alright, then what is the third column here? That is the age, so I am giving age of this student. Let's say it's 17. So what's the next column? It's contact number, so I am giving some contact number here. Okay, so then I am going to close this quotes and then parenthesis and then semicolon here. Okay, so it's successfully inserted the values. So now I am going to execute, now I am going to print the attribute values. For that I will help pandas. So pandas will read SQL query. This time I am going to print the output, not create the data set or insert the values. For that I'll just read SQL and 3 times select star from table name. What's the table name here? It's CLA. So I'm going to print all these attributes on the table name. So after this I'll just put semicolon here, then insert connection value also. Without that it will just throw the output, the error on the screen. Okay, so I'm going to run this again to print all these columns: roll number, name, age and contact number. So I want to insert few values also, so I'm going to copy this cell and code and copy it here and give some new values like roll number 2 and the second name of the student and age of the student, that is 15 now, and some contact number of that student, and run this query. So now I'm going to print the again all the attributes. This time 2 students are showing on the screen, that is Sachin and Priya. Similarly I can add few more students. It's this time it's having roll number 3 and it's say the name is different one and age is like 14 and some different contact numbers. Print means execute this command and print all these values. This time I am having 3 students. Now I am going to create one more table here. For that I'll just create one more line copy. Okay, so create table if not exist. This time it's std and then roll number, DJ primary key, then name, and then so this is, let's say, std underscore, and this time std roll number, and student is student underscore is, and student contact number, or I would say address, and I will have text type. Alright, so I'm going to come. Okay, so this has created a new table, namely std. So now I'm going to insert these values. So it's going to insert values inside student table, not this CLA. So the first one is std underscore RNA, our roll number, then std name, then student address, then student contact number. So that's std underscore. So this time I'm having values 2, 5 and some different name, Shikha, then address should be some number like 52 and the contact number. I just execute this command. So now I will again print this data, this single data, using pandas. For that I will write pd dot read underscore SQL, then 3 quotes. Inside the 3 quotes I'll write my query, SQL query, star, select star from, what's the table name, std here. I just print the rows and column. So I will include semicolon here and then comma connection. It's a CONN. Then execute this query. So it will have 1 values here. Suppose I want to insert more values, so I will add Ctrl C, Ctrl V and insert more values here. This time let's say it's 85 and suppose its name is Tanya and different contact number. Okay, run this command and print the rows in. Okay, so this is, we have created 2 tables. Table 1 is having CLA name and table 2 is having std name. Alright, this is command. By using hash function you can give command in Colab. Now I'm going to read this query, the convention query, like read star from student where student roll number equal to 25. so it will just print the roll student data which is having exactly 25. Alright, similarly I just copy this query and paste it here and select where condition with some, select star from std and write inner join the second class name CLA where std roll number is equal to 25, and operator, and std is belonging to std dot, and after this end operator I'll write CLA dot. What is the column of CLA? Take any CLA, that is name. Alright, so this is combining two values inner join, two table inner join, so it should be equal to Sachin. Alright, so I'm going to print inner join on the both tables. Here I am having first table and here I am having second table, and this is inner join. Here I am having std student roll number, here I am having class roll number. So next I'll just copy this query and run it again. So this will execute the inner join property in between these two tables std and CLA, having condition roll number is equal to 25, here it is, and the student name is Sachin, here it is. Okay, so along with this keyword we can have another name. So I am just giving std as alias name and CLA as C, where I'm going to replace these std with S alias name and CLA with C alias name, so it will show the same output but with different alias name. So it's showing the properties of alias. Alright, so alias of two tables. Alright, so I'm going to include one more query here, that is table select average of student roll number from std. I'm going to delete all these conditions, simply the average student roll number from std table, so it will print the average value of this roll number. Similarly, I want to print the student which is having minimum value of roll number. It is just print on the screen, that is the minimum roll number inside the class. Similarly, I want to print the maximum value inside the student table, so it's the maximum value of student table. So this is how we run all the SQL query inside Python. Happy learning. Bye.